Good afternoon. It's my pleasure to speak with you today. We have a really big announcement that I know all of you have been waiting for. Before we do that though, I just want to take some time and go back to how we got to where we are today. Come with me. Everything we do begins with an idea. At the fundamental level, I ask you all this. What is an idea? Is it a mess of writing on a piece of paper? Is it a sketch on the back of a napkin? Is it a quick thought that comes and goes depending on what we're doing that day? All of these at their core share the same central principle. An idea is your groundwork. The seed that you then want to nourish and develop into something that will outlive you and influence the lives all around you. We have ideas here all the time, but what sets apart a good idea from a great idea is the presence of an opportunity. What allows you to take your idea and launch it into existence. If the idea is the seed, the opportunity is the soil and the water that takes your idea and brings it into life. Today, we're thrilled to announce a new service that we believe will completely revolutionize the music industry. After years of research, revisions, and reimagining, we believe what we have here will completely change how we live our lives on a daily basis. When we think of listening to music, we think of our favorite songs. More so, we think about a way to escape. The emotions and memories that are intertwined within those lyrics and notes is something truly special. Within the industry today, all you do is put in your headphones, select your favorite playlist or band, and let the rest take care of itself. Maybe we feel adventurous, and we put shuffle on and mix things up a bit. Some services also allow you to look at your trends and history and play something that you might like, or maybe you don't. But what if we could do more? What if we didn't have to worry about the choice of what we're going to listen to today and let the music take care of itself? And that is exactly what we have here today. This is Moodify.
Moodify allows for you to let the music control itself based off of how you feel and what's happening around you. Using advanced algorithms and machine learning, Moodify is able to gather information based on things such as local weather data, calendar invites, conversations you've had with your friends and family, and the local news to curate music that matches exactly how you're feeling.
Truly phenomenal. We've been waiting to announce this for some time now, and we're pleased to say today that Moodify will become available for everyone starting May 24th, 2021. From all of us here, we want to say thank you for tuning in with us today, and we have some customer testimonials of people who have been using Moodify for some time now. I hope you enjoy.
Hi, I'm Neil. I came for the survey. I'm really interested in that incentive so I can buy new parts for my PC.
Okay, Neil, what kind of music do you like?
Music? I normally exclusively listen to the Minecraft soundtrack, but aside from that, I don't really have any interest in music.
I've been listening to the same playlist since back in high school when I was QB1 for state. I was shooting for that college D1 scholarship, but I settled for D2. Could have done it.
I mean, I listen to music pretty often, homework, dishes, just going on a walk around town. It's just music though. Like, what's the big deal about it?
No one gets me. Like, why are we even doing this? Society's falling apart. We're gonna have a new recession soon. What is the point of this survey in the first place? I don't get it. No one gets me.
Moodify gets me.
You will not believe how Moodify has changed my life. Hey Moody, let's get it.
Burgerlicious definition, make them boys go loco. They start in my toes.
I just never knew what I was missing.
Wherever it goes, I always...
I don't need these anymore. Wow. Moodify changed my life.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Hoya Tech News, and I'm your host, Majda Boganim. Earlier today, Team 6 Industries introduced Moodify to the world, showing a glimpse into the future of music streaming. But many are wondering, where does Moodify fit in the current streaming industry? What's its true purpose? And where can we see this company evolving into the future? Luckily enough, we have our industry expert coming in today. What do you mean they can't make it? Well, now what? Do we have a backup? Okay, bring him in. Sure. Sorry about that. It looks like our first expert is unavailable at this time, but luckily enough, we have someone even better, a student from the Master in Management program in the Georgetown McDonough School of Business. I'd like to welcome my friend and author, Matt Henry, to our show. Matt, are you there?
Hi, yes. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be your expert.
Of course, we're so happy you're here today. And just so the audience at home knows more about your background, what makes you an expert in this case and on the company Moodify?
Well, we just wrapped up a Lean Startup Principles course that has given us a unique insight into the mindset of a new business, especially into crowded industries.
Jimmy and Marty. Yeah, they're wonderful. Well, that's just great. So I guess we can just jump right in here with the basics. Tell us, what is the purpose of Moodify? Who exactly is Moodify for? And where do they expect to compete in the market?
From my understanding and how I see Moodify, the purpose is to change how we interact with our music and change music management. With the use of AI, Moodify will be able to match how you are feeling with music, as it knows that you will love, rather than just some background noise that makes you feel okay at best. Moodify is for every music fanatic, as well as those who are looking to get their spark back with music. Moodify isn't a new platform, rather it's the software that can be integrated with. And with that, I would say Moodify can compete with the most major streaming platforms.
That's great. So it seems like that can take some time to develop in full though. What would you say the bare minimum product would need to be in order to gain interest and activity with the current consumer market?
That's a great question. I think a great way that can get consumer interest would be to start out with some small scale forecasting of music preferences, like asking a survey at the beginning of the session to see how the mood is, so users can see how Moodify can actively curate a playlist or song that hits the spot. Once this hits the market and users are able to see the value of Moodify, that is where it can really take off. When more data is available from the specific user, as well as trends recognized globally, the curation experience will begin to rely less on direct user input.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And yeah, that's great. So I have some questions for you that may require figures and plots. So let's take a quick commercial break and then we can jump right back into that. To our guests joining us today, we'll be right back after this message.
As the CEO of Moodify, I have the pleasure to spend every day thinking, what comes next? What opportunities lie ahead of us? When we came up with the idea of Moodify, it seemed so perfect. For an average music fan like myself, I go from quite a wide range of artists on a daily basis. Some days I want to listen to Tyler, the Creator. Other days I want to listen to Dayglow. And everything else in between. The problem was every playlist and radio station I had would give me songs that I like, but not the song that I was looking for right then and there. It would correctly say, oh, I've identified that this is a song that you've listened to before, and you must like that song. But it never gave me the song that spoke right to my heart. And that is why we need Moodify today. to give life back to music through this algorithm and through the machine learning we've developed. This tool will revolutionize how we interact with our music. When we look back 40 years from now and say, oh man, I can't believe I used to just listen to music rather than feel my music, it will be completely revolutionary. I know for a fact there are many skeptics out there, and they'll say, Mr. Book, it's just music. And you know what I hear whenever I hear that? Oh, Mr. Ford, what's wrong with a horse and carriage? Why would we need a car? Why go to the moon? There's nothing there anyway. The internet? Who cares? We have books. That's all we need. History will look back on these people, and they will be the butt of the joke. Moodify isn't just a one-off gimmick type of situation. When we think about how music plays a role in our life, it's the shared medium that we can collectively rally around, enjoy, and communicate with across language barriers. It really is something special. So when we have the opportunity to take something and change how we fundamentally interact with that medium, it's life-changing. It's incredible. And that is why I am so proud of Moodify and the work that our team has put into developing this product. With everyday tasks like cleaning, cooking, laundry, and just life, relying so heavily on entertainment with music, developing this platform to push music as we know it into the 21st century and beyond, I can hardly imagine another project that carries that much weight. When you log in to Moodify for the first time, and you speak with Moody, our assistant, you will realize how static our music has been over the years. And this change with Moodify will completely change your outlook on the world around you.
And we are back with Matt Henry and our discussion on new company, Moodify. I just wanted to ask a few more questions on the subject. First, would it be possible for you to present us some sort of framework analysis on Moodify that ties in some of what we have discussed already today?
Sure thing. During the break, I was able to whip up a SWOT analysis that covers, and let me pull that up right now. Here are some strengths. It offers customizable features that fits the user's personality and allows entry into the mental health market, allowing users to be emotionally invested in the product. So weaknesses, well, this enters the market as a prototype rather than an established brand. User feedback is relatively non-existent as of right now, and they would have the challenge of converting current Spotify users who already have customizable playlists. In terms of opportunities, relatively no barriers to entry in this market, and this industry does not partake in price fixing. There's also opportunity for Moodify to develop partnerships with social media creators to deliver live and personal content to users. Lastly, some threats. Spotify owns a large share of the market with over 345 million users and is set to enter new global markets. Competition is strong with blue chip companies such as Apple, Amazon, YouTube, and Tidal.
Wow, amazing. So, did you happen to construct any other figures during this downtime?
I did. It's called a business model canvas, and here is what I found. Key partners include artists, record labels, advertisers, and developers. Some key activities will include app and website development and maintenance, music library management, and contract negotiations with content acquisition. Some key resources to keep in mind: music library, user data, algorithms, and app and website infrastructure. This is Moodify's value proposition. A music streaming service that creates music based on how you feel through internal and external factors. This may include local weather data, calendar invites, conversations with friends and family, and local news. Personalization. Every user gets a unique Moodify experience. This is also a subscription-based music platform. There is no need to download music. There is constantly finding new ways to incorporate music into customizable playlists. There's also accessibility in that you can listen on this device at any time, anywhere.
With customer relationships, the goal is to produce a personal, tailored experience through the use of algorithms, and this is an audio streaming platform. Next, we'll dive into our customer segments. We have two kinds of listeners: active listeners and moderate listeners. Active listeners are people who always listen to music and want to find new songs. Moderate listeners are people who listen to music relatively frequently, but may not have preferences on their own and rely on the radio to find new songs. Finally, we'll have advertisers, brands that want to advertise on Moodify. Next up, we have channels. This is mainly an app and will also utilize the website function. Our cost structure will include licensing, marketing, salaries, operations, research and development, and as well as app and website infrastructure. And finally, our revenue streams will come through subscriptions and advertisements.
Amazing. Wow, Matt. Well, it's obvious that you've learned quite a bit from your business education at Georgetown. But before we go on, myself and the audience would like to know a little more about your music taste. So let's say you're pulling up the Moodify app right now on your phone and you're just feeling great. What's the first song that would come on?
That's a great question. When I'm in a good mood, Lil Baby is definitely popping out. He just came out with a new song with Lil Durk called Every Chance I Get. It makes me feel like I'm on top of the world. I also like Ghostface Killer and the Wu-Tang Clan.
Nice. Well, I must say, the Little Baby is a favorite of mine too. So tell us, if you're back in school, say it's a cloudy Sunday afternoon in Washington, and you're maybe experiencing the Sunday scaries, what song would Moodify play for you then?
It can really range. It can range from King Samson's remix of Do Not Disturb or some Jack Johnson. There's nothing like walking through some raindrops and listening to some Jack Johnson.
Exactly. Well, absolutely wonderful. My final question as we wrap up here today is, where do you see any potential for a pivot for Moodify, and what may that look like in the future of the company?
Well, we see it turning into its own independent streaming platform. Moodify will continue to upgrade its algorithms, essentially using a computer to auto-generate user preferences. Obviously, we are really excited to see where Moodify is able to take its current infrastructure and adapt to changes and upgrades to machine learning down the line.
Well, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Henry. Matt, I want to thank you for coming onto our show on such short notice and providing such incredible insight. I know that I'm looking forward to testing Moodify, and I'm sure the audience is too, when it launches on the 24th. From all of us here in the studio, thanks for tuning in, and we wish you a great rest of your day. Hoya Saxa!
Neil! You gotta check this app out, man. This thing called Moodify, man. It'll change your life.
Moodify? What's that?
Let me tell you. Back when I was a QB1 playing for Collegiate,
People have been using Moodify. Damn it.
Moodify gets me. Oh my god.
Do it again. Do it again. We're doing it again.
Moodify gets me. Moodify gets Moodify. What is this?
Have here will allow us to
You have to look directly.